Okay, this is going to be hopefully a really short video giving you at least some idea on how to do assignment 2. Or like the big problem. So the big problem in assignment 2 is basically getting the products, this stuff, to be able to get to your invoice page. And the problem that you have is it's just by one of these. Is that when you press purchase, you get redirected to this login.html. And if you can't put the product straight in the query string and then pass it along, that's really tiresome. And I'm not even sure if it's gonna work. Yeah, I'm not sure if that would work all the way. Actually, I mean, technically, I feel like you could. But it's a lot of work and it's not fun. And then you have to do IR space other shit. Yeah, not fun. Anyways, so basically, how do you get the query string to be available basically anywhere? That's your problem. Also, there's a certain IR that you get. I think I had that one where basically your product information or your product quantity information needed to be accessible basically anywhere. Now, if you have an IR or there's another requirement that you don't think that you'll be able to quite get, what I highly recommend you do is a bonus IR. That will give you bonus points. In fact, try to do an easy one. Maybe try to do multiple. But yeah, easy bonus points. Anyways, so let's start with the login. No, let's start with products, okay? So in my products page, I notice I have this section called IR2. Actually, this is for, actually ignore that, sorry. Let's go to, what do we want? Purchase process, okay. So purchase process is the first thing we have. We go to server.js and let's go chase out where the hell that happens. Process purchase, okay. So what happens is that we are redirecting to login. But before any of that happens, what do we do? What did we used to do with our like quantity information? Well, we used to, instead of redirecting to login right here, we used to redirect it directly to invoice with what? With this QS value. Okay, QS is actually defined. Well, in assignment 1, it's actually no. That's assignment. In assignment 1, I think it's defined like inside of here. Yeah, it's defined as Q. Yeah, yeah, it should be defined as Q. There's probably better ways to do that. But in assignment 2, you need it defined. Well, you don't need it. There's other ways to do this, but you could have it defined outside of this, I don't know, function, drive function. And what this does is that putting let QS just on the server.js file outside of a function, that makes it global, basically. So QS is available for all of these functions to use, all of them, because it's defined outside of a function. And that's what I did. Now this doesn't work, I think, if multiple users are on, but like, honestly, I'm not about to get out another PC and go check. Anyways, yeah, so we have let QS here, okay? Define QS outside. Then, when you need to go define your QS inside your query string or whatever, this stuff automatically gets put into this. So that whenever this is needed, any of this stuff is needed, it's automatically taking it from this thing. Okay? Let's go back to login. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do is, I don't know if I actually really made use of it, but there's such a thing as a hidden input tag. And you can make use of these to send information that you don't necessarily want the user to be like, I don't know, typing in themselves. This is like actually another way to do it if you really wanted to like sit down and like painstakingly code that, but you're probably going to make mistakes and I don't know, I mean the other way works just fine. And then let's go to, so this sends us to /login. Okay, let's go look at what the hell login is. Here we go. Wow, look at this, fancy. Amazing. Notice that I have this console log here. This is not necessary. These console logs are not necessary. But what they do is they basically make sure that the data that you got is like being passed on. So this is kind of just for you to see. The client doesn't need to see this, just you. Um, the different errors and everything like that. This is not going to work. This same code is not going to work for everyone because you need to make sure that your like the actual code that you have has the same name, so it's not going to work for everyone. Anyways, oh look, and this is the register function. There you go. All of this stuff, by the way, like this fancy like fs write file sync, blah blah blah. All that's doing is it's adding that to this. Yeah. Okay. This is a bunch of checks to see if there is anything inputted. This is definitely not the best way to do this, but it's a way to do it and it works. So, yeah. Okay, so finally we have the magical thing, which is response redirect, and it redirects to invoice with QS, the email or whatever the hell if you needed it. And I don't know, all the other information that you wanted. So it redirects with a lot of good information. Actually, let's go back to, was it login? And, no, was it register? No, cancel. This is a pretty straightforward page. Make sure that all of this is identical to your login page, by the way. Yeah, let's go back to server.js. I'm really tired. Oh, I added a thank you page. That's real cute. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, this is everything. Asking you shall receive. I'm serious about that. Asking you shall receive. Go ask for other types of help. But yeah, this is the best I can do right now. I'm so sorry.